Hello again, and welcome to another Build the Ghostbusters Ecto-1. This week we're starting on issue number 10. We're going to be attaching part of the leaf spring and suspension. We are taking a number of pieces from previous week's builds. We have the differential, we have the drive shaft, what they're calling the propeller shaft, and we actually have a piece of the exhaust support brackets too, so all that's going to be off the side. Coming along. First thing we're going to do is we're going to build a little bit of the suspension. Then we're going to have to bring the car in, fix everything, try to make all that work. So, like I say, step one is to take the leaf spring, and this is die cast, though it's not springy. It is multiple pieces, it is stuck together, but it has no spring value. And we're going to attach some structure to it. Now, something I have been told online, and I can see here, there is a difference between this side and this side. The smaller one-piece bracket goes here, the two-piece bracket goes with a larger flat side. So you can sort of see it in the pictures. It's a little tough, and if I hadn't been told to watch out for it, I don't know if I would have been aware. When I say smaller bracket, I mean this little angle guy. And the other is made up of two pieces that kind of wedge together. Got a number of different kinds of screws. This is going to be a somewhat involved build today. The next one is a wheel. That will go pretty quick because we'll just be attaching that. And then it goes back to a suspension and then a wheel again. So, yeah, not too bad. We'll get through it. So first off, we're going to take the leaf spring. We're going to take this small bracket. And we are going to attach this bracket with a couple of LM screws. And I'm going to get my machine oil out. The last couple of weeks have been troubling with the hurricane and the remnants of the hurricane coming through. I've had some water damage, unfortunately. The important stuff seems to be okay, but I've definitely had some scares with my home audio equipment and the computer I use to edit all this. It's been troubling. It's been less than fun, but I think so far everything's worked out okay. Okay, so we end up with a bracket on the end, like I say, with the short piece. So that's that side. We also need to put the other bracket together. And one of these is marked LO, which is the outside, and the other is LI, left inside. So it's a matter of putting them in the right place according to the picture. With that bracket on this end, this is the outside, this is the inside. Not really sure other than the stamp. Size of the hole is different, okay. Because the screw runs one way and into the other. That makes some sense. This is going to take a PM screw. These are quite long. And in addition to being very long screws, they're only threaded up to that point. So I don't quite know how this is going to work, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, that all sandwiches pretty well. Actually, the thread does not protrude at all. And we get our bracket. So the next couple of steps we're going to do onto the differential. So this is all going to sit so they say. Oh, I got it backwards. There we go. So that all sits on there. There's this cap piece. This is going to go on top. And an NM screw is going to go through the middle to hold that together. That's all nice and secure. So that is going to be our left side leaf spring attached to the differential. Like I say, we're going to do the wheel on this side. In the next episode, 2 episodes from now, we'll do the leaf spring on this side. But I'm going to put this off for now. Need to build one more piece before we bring in the car. Now this is going to take a BM screw. I'm just going to get that ready. Now, there's a spring, there's a pin, and there's an outer element. This is the part I have heard in this build that is a little tricky. The spring goes over the pin, like that. This all fits into the outer shell and has to be compressed enough to get that screw in. I don't think this is going to be too bad. There is a rotational aspect to it, so I may regret having said that. Okay, now that that is the appropriate tightness, this can function as the shock absorber as it's meant to. It does strip a little bit of that paint off where the head hits, but I think that's just the price of doing business here. Yep, we got a working shock absorber. So, put all these pieces off to the side, clean this up a little bit. We're going to bring in the car and start attaching pieces to the car. Okay, now that we have the car here, the first thing we're going to need to do is attach this shock absorber to the underside. There's a little keyway on it, and there's a pin where it goes, and that's going to keep it from rotating. What I need to do is hold this in place while I get the QM screw into it from the other side. So I'm going to actually have to tilt this up. Hopefully everything will behave itself. I've got the QM screw already loaded. Okay, that was not especially fun to do. I certainly got concerned I was going to damage part of my engine bay here, but that seems to be okay. So next I'm going to tilt this back down the other way so that I can locate a couple of pieces, and then we're going to tilt it up again. So, yep, that's secure here. So the next thing we're doing is we're getting this here into roughly where we want it. Which is approximately like that. This corresponding side goes through here. The shock absorber lines up with this. These brackets connect on either side of the box girder back here. We are going to put a screw on this side, which is a RM screw, to keep that end secure. We're also going to put the propulsor through. I'm going to see if maybe it goes in better now. I believe it doesn't matter which way. I'm just going to do this. It's a step early, but I don't want to try to fidget with getting this all in with this more secure. So if it comes out while I'm doing this, big deal. It was supposed to go in a later step anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and get an RM screw ready, and then I'm going to tilt this back up and see if I can secure this without messing anything up. So now we are secured on one side. This is a hard point. These are going to go together. The next thing is to get this end of the propulsor in. Yeah, this is what I was concerned about. Drive shaft fits well enough. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and secure the other parts of this end. First off is a CM screw up here to hold the other end of the shock absorber. And then we are going to put a PM screw through here. Maybe this is why they didn't want me to secure this. I don't know if you remember, but I secured the ends of these exhaust pipes previously. It turns out actually you do them on the steps while you're putting this on, and it may be that I need to unsecure that so that I can actually get this screw through. Yeah, that looks like it. So we're going to carefully remove a screw that I've already put in so that we have enough flex to put the screw we want in. This is why sequencing is important, and yeah, it's just too bad I didn't realize. I just kind of guessed and thought that that was my own mistake, or that there was a misprint in the book. Okay, so that's all sandwiched together there. Now I need to put the screw I took out back on. And the last thing we're going to do today is we're actually going to put on this last piece of exhaust bracket. That's all going to be done again from the underside. So this exhaust bracket is going to fit over the end, swing down to here, key and screw in with a BM screw. Okay, just clean up a little bit of spare oil. That is our left side leaf spring, the beginning of the rest here. Next episode, we'll be putting this wheel on. After that, we'll be doing the leaf spring on this side, and after that, we'll be doing that wheel. If you like what you see, please subscribe. You can click on the cat to do that. If you have missed any episodes, you can check out those playlists. You can click the bell for notifications when new ones come out. We do Ecto-1 builds on Wednesdays and DeLorean builds on Saturdays. Have a good one, guys.